this demo we are looking at some rat-inspired riffage to showcase this, the Royalbreaker Distortion pedal from Krozz Devices. I really like Muralo's circuits. I've demoed a bunch of their pedals already, and whilst it's taking its inspiration from the Proco Rat circuit, it's got some really cool features that take you way beyond that. I'm going to explain the features as we go, so let's dive in. Clean tone. Usual tone, basically right on the very edge of breakup. Obviously I was playing Everlong in the beginning with these settings. Meaty, isn't it? Now, quick look at the EQ. It's got an interesting EQ. It's an active two-band Baxendall type EQ. I didn't know what that was either. I read it in the manual. But basically, they work interactively together. So if you have them like this, where they're both at about, 9 o'clock? Bass and treble. These are the bottom two knobs we're looking at now, right? You get a little bit of a mid-hump. Then both in the middle, that's a flat EQ. And then with them both up to about 3 o'clock, gives a little bit of a mid-scoop type vibe. And I think it's the closest to Radiohead's Bends, which I've just been playing. And if you look at the rising knob, that's top middle, that is what's switching between the clipping options, right? So I've got kind of a blend there, but I'm going to turn it fully clockwise to get some LED clipping, and we're going to look at these settings, which is REM's What's the Frequency Kenneth. It's got a really interesting tone, and I think this gets really close to it. So that intro part, right, it's got that sort of twanginess. I think he did use a rat into an AC30, I believe. I also want to show you the range of gain. The EQ's flat, right, so they're just both at 12 o'clock. And that example was obviously at 9 o'clock. Let's put it to 12 o'clock. That sounds like this. With the gain up to 3 o'clock, we have this. Now, let's go back to that initial tone. For our REM tone. I'll show you single coils. Check the difference out now. And in particular, Arcade Fire, ready to start that intro part. Now that stuff, right? And that's kind of down to partly clipping, but we've got the this little toggle switch in the down position, which gives you a bit more punch to the tone. You know, because even though you're in neck position, right? Still very punchy. Now, if I move that toggle selection up, we're going to get a much smoother sort of tone. Again, back to the other one. position. Much smoother and kind of what you'd associate with, you know, your neck position, really. So loads of stuff you can do with that. Now if we keep that toggle position in the up position, same settings as before, right? Now I want to show you the difference between the clipping options as well, because we're in LED clipping. I'm going to turn that all the way back. Check this out. Softens it loads, right? I mean, LED clipping is always going to be louder, so there is a perceivable volume drop. But you get a much different type of low gain overdrive, really. If I stay in bridge pickup position, that's even more pronounced when you add more gain. So let's go gain in the middle. Again, we'll start with LED clipping. So that's LED clipping. That was Third Secret's Queens, if you didn't know. Right, the way back round to anti-clockwise, so 0 if you like, and we have lovely, right? So I think that clipping that side, I think, is silicon, which is much more compression than you get with LED, which is, you know, much more biting and open. But the nice thing about having two clipping options is you can blend them together. That's what we're doing here. So pretty much everything in the middle. And we're going to look at Silversun pickups, Lazy Eye. There's a really cool bit in this. The clean tone again. But towards the end, you've got this. Big distortion comes in, and I think the blend of the two is great for that. Got a few more examples for you. Gain up full for this one. Silicon setting. We're going to do some Fu Manchu, Eatin Dust. That's a really sort of fuzzy sort of tone, really, and you can get into the ballpark of that with this. A lot of bass as well, you can see. So we have next up with these settings, Stacked Actors by Foo Fighters, a bit like this. Great fun. Low E goes down to A for that, so that's why that sounds. Got that kind of chewiness that you get with a rap pedal, right? So I hope you've enjoyed the demo. It's a really flexible pedal. You get tons of tones out of it. I'm going to play you out with some early Metallica. Kill 'Em All apparently used some rat pedals on it, I believe. So that gets you in that zone. You know, all that good stuff. I'm going to play you out with a bit of the Four Horsemen, though. See you soon.